I want to thank everybody for being here today. This is an honor and a privilege for me, and I think the best way for me to start this, many of you have heard my story and many of you have not. So I think our own personal story is an important part of our training. I use it in how I recruit as well. So I think it's important that we all have our own story. So I want everybody to know that I started March 12th. In fact, I'm 6 months into it this week. I am a senior vice president. I'm very happy and excited about where things are going with CTFO and with my participation in CTFO. And I want to start with my story. So I'll, even though some of you may have already heard it, that's okay, because it is important for all of us, our story. What is your story? I came across this opportunity. It was on a weekend. I studied it. I looked at the videos. I didn't know what CBD oil was at that time. So I was on Googling benefits of CBD hemp oil. I was watching YouTube videos on it. And I said, oh my gosh, this stuff is really good. So the next thing I did was I was watching videos on the website. I'm watching the pay plan video. And I must have watched that pay plan video 2, 3, 4 times that first day. And now it's a Monday. I signed up on a Monday. And all that day I was thinking, who do I want to bring in first? Okay. So that night, Monday night comes, I called 3 friends and 1 family member. And listen to what I said. I said, you guys, well, of course, one at a time, because I called each one individually. I came across something I think we can make a lot of money at. Let's get together tomorrow. Does that work for you? And they all said yes. So there we are the next day on a Tuesday, having lunch at a Chinese restaurant. iPad is open on the table. We're watching the pay plan video. We're watching all the videos. The waiter kept coming and we kept saying, we're not ready, we're not ready. We must have waited an hour and a half before we actually ordered our lunch. But I'm telling you right now, those 4 people that I had there, they all signed up right there at the table. Some of them are signing up on their phones. I'm passing around my iPad. And we agreed that day, no man left behind. We do this together. That's step 1 of my story. I get calls all the time. I got a call just last week from this one guy that said, Roland, I've been in 3 months now and I haven't done anything. How do I get started? What do I do? I shared my story. It's easier if you can find a group or 1 or 2 people to work the business with you. It's easier to approach others in that way as well. Now, I do have people in my organization who are doing it, excuse me, who have tried their warm market and they haven't not had any success. That's okay. You can still make this, but you have to live this. This isn't something that I do now. This is something that I am. CTFO is who I am now. So it's on a daily basis. So our timing of where we're at right now with the company, you guys, everybody who's out there, first of all, I want you guys to know I'm just a regular guy. And I've done this in 6 months. It doesn't matter if it takes a year or 2 years to get to where I'm at, it's still worth it. There are some who have done what I've done faster than me. There are some who are going to do what I'm doing, but it takes a little longer. But believe me, it's still worth it, financially and otherwise. Our timing with this company is perfect. Janet goes over this all the time. Where we're at right now and what's available to us. You've been fortunate enough to come across this opportunity, and it's right here in front of you. Where else can you go and work a job for 1, 2, or 3 years and it pays you for the rest of your life? Now, years and years ago, it seems like a lifetime ago, I was in the Navy. I served 6 years on submarines. Now, I got out, paycheck stopped. If I want to do 20 years in the Navy, yes, I would be getting my residual income from that. But here, you do this for 1, 2, or 3 years, you can be paid for the rest of your life. And that's very exciting. And it's a big part of why we're doing what we're doing, because all of us want that. It seems like the elusive residual income, but it is achievable with this company because it's here for all of us at no cost. Our company, and you've heard it said in emails and other things, CTFO is giving you your own business. I take it a step further. They're actually handing you a free franchise. You have the right to market their products, sell their products, build your organization, What are you going to do with your franchise? And you have the right to pass out franchises to others below you who, as they build and develop their business and they sell products, you get commissions on. So you've been given a huge opportunity here, and I want you to run with it. When I look back, and I tell my wife this, because I think back to my first 2-3 months in this business, it's almost like a blur. I was going so fast. I was running every day. I was running with this business. I was talking to everybody I could. And I see now the benefits of doing that because I had a really fast start and it's just continuing to grow. I'm very happy with where I'm at with CTFO. And the reason you're on this call is because how can you get to where I am? And I understand that. There are things that I do that everyone can improvise. Everybody can implement. I mean, one thing, where's your mindset? When you get up in the morning, how are you looking at your day? What's your attitude like? Are you working on personal development? You talk with any leaders in any industry, anyone who's at the top of their game, and you're going to find personal development. What I mean by that is I'll be driving to work in the morning. Yes, I still have a regular job. Now I think that this will be the last year for that. But I'll be driving in the car, I'll be in traffic, and I'll actually say out loud, thank you for all the people joining my team today. I appreciate all the people looking for a business opportunity like this that would be joining my team today. Now, some of you might think that sounds corny, but there's an energy in that. There's a positiveness in that. There's a law of attraction in that that will bring to your team, your organization, those who are looking for an opportunity like this. So number one, get your mindset right, okay? If I'm going to make a call, I'm making calls all the time. There are people always reaching out to me now, especially with how big my team is. And before I make a call, I put on a smile on purpose. I'll put on a smile and then I call. They don't know I'm smiling, but they feel it. I know they do. So be prepared as you make your calls during the day. Or if you're going to talk to anybody, okay, where I work, you know, people will come in and out, and I will approach people there about the CBD oil business. One guy, this was just a couple weeks ago, I just flat out asked him, how do you feel about selling CBD oil? He didn't even know what to think. He was like, what? What do you mean selling CBD oil? I said, yeah, that's what me and my buddy do. Well, my friend Corey works there with me, and he's one of the first guys that signed up under me. In fact, he was one of the guys at the original Chinese restaurant. Well, so together we start talking to the guy. Next thing you know, he's signing up, and he left that day ordering the product. So it's just a matter of, like I just said, we live this. You don't just do it. You don't just do it every now and then. You don't just think about it every now and then. You think about it. I think about it all the time. What can I do today to help grow my organization? I'm open. I'll say to myself in the morning as well, I'm open to the opportunities that will present themselves to me today. Who can I share this business with? Who can I share these products with? Now, I opened up with telling you my story is part of how I recruit, because I do share that story of how I got started and how we were at that table and we said, okay, no man left behind. We're all going to do this. Let's go after everybody we know. And we did. We went after everybody we knew. And the next thing I know, my organization was growing fast. And of course, with that, you can picture it yourself. Not only was it my efforts, but now I had brought on 4 people who were also working with others and bringing them on. So the organization grows and multiplies. It snowballs. Now, another.
Roland, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I think you hit the nail on the head. You said something powerful. I just wanted you to reiterate.
Sure.
You said that you're not in CTFO, but CTFO is in you. And,
Yes.
you know, that mindset that you're talking about. So can you tell the listeners today and the viewers, you know, how hard is it for you to talk about CTFO and CBD when it's actually in you? It's a difference between being in CTFO and it being in you. So can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
I love to golf. How hard do you think it is for me to talk to people about playing golf? Very easy. How hard is it for me to talk to people about CTFO? Very easy. You're going to get those that say, you know what, I'm not interested in that, thanks. And you're going to find all kinds of funny things with CBD, because I'm pulling in the driveway one day, and some of you have heard this story, some of you haven't. I'm pulling in the driveway one day at home, and next door neighbor, one of our neighbors, Jen, she's out in the front yard with her kids. I just came out. I said, hi, Jen, how you doing? I walked over to her yard. We're visiting for a few minutes, and I said, I just want you to know that Liesl and I have started selling CBD oil. Well, that's my wife, Liesl. Before I could even finish, she said, I am 100% interested. Just like that. You don't know who's going to be ready for it. You don't know who you're going to invite to it, kind of sort of plant a seed, but then they go away not interested. But next thing you know, I have a lady in my organization that joined in the month of March, my very first month that I started. I reached out to her. Now she has a huge downline, a huge organization underneath her because of overflow, because I've been working the business like crazy. And she still had no interest. She wouldn't even get back to me. This last week, I get an email from CTFO. Congratulations, so-and-so has ordered an order has been processed in your downline. And it was her. So we are planting seeds. There are a lot of you out there who are just getting started. You're going to come across a lot of people, and they're going to join you and do nothing. It's okay. The biggest question I get asked is, how do we get people to buy? Again, this is part of the story. Now, let's go back to my story, continuing the story. That week, everybody ordered the product. So I originally joined this company because of the business opportunity. I saw the value in that. Secondly, I realized the value of CBD hemp oil to the masses. There are millions of people every day taking multivitamins, having nutrition shakes, all this stuff to try and be healthy. They should also be doing their daily CBD hemp oil, as we do. For me, I'm 56. I already mentioned I like to golf. My left hip was bothering me a lot, to the point where I couldn't sleep on my left side. Here we are several months later. Now, mind you, I can't tell you CBD oil cures anything. However, coincidentally, as the weeks went by, after start taking my CBD hemp oil, my left hip feels better and better. And now today I can sleep on my left side. So that again is part of my story. If you're not taking the product, it's hard to give a story of why you're doing what you're doing and how to share that with others and get them to also try the product. But wait, you're not even trying it. I had one guy on my team, and this was a while back now. It doesn't apply anymore. But however, he called me and he said, Roland, I'm getting people, but nobody's buying. I said, David, you're not even on the product. Well, right away he got on auto ship. There's an energy in that as well. You're presenting this to people, you're sharing it with people, and you're expressing, I'm on the product. I have a franchise with this business and I'm willing to use my own products. So that's what we want as well. I know that there's a lot of you out there who maybe have just signed up a week ago. You're not sure how to get started. Create your own story. And if you're one of those individuals who you try your warm market, you're working with people, and nobody wants to join you, that's okay. Take the product. You have your own story now. How does it help you? Each of us, our bodies are a little bit different. Our bodies are off a little bit. We maybe have some ailments that others aren't having. The benefits we're going to each reap from the CBD oil is different. Well, that's a good thing. Everybody's benefiting the way their body needs to benefit from it. So we can say that without anything being, if there's anything, we can't say that. We can't say that, okay? So let's move on now. One thing that I have started doing, I have a customer who, I reached out to him. Anytime I see anybody in my downline organization that's really starting to work the business, I reach out to them. Well, I called this guy, real nice gentleman. I said, I've noticed that you've really been starting to grow your business. You're working your business. And he says, yes. He says, Roland, I decided when I came across this, I'm going to commit to do this for 1 year. I said, oh my, that's enlightening. I like that. Okay, do it for 1 year. Here we are a few months later, his organization is growing, and it's growing big. Well, I know he's going to be one of my VPs one day because he won't quit. So now, anytime I talk to people, I say, if you're going to do this, commit to 1 year. Give it 1 year. Just do it. Just work it. Just share it for 1 year, and your life will change. The opportunities are there for you. They're for all. They're here for all of us. Okay, and I think that's really important to do that. Yes, of course, you could just. There will be people that will say, well, you know what? I'm going to try it for a month or two. They can, and I suppose there's going to be some of them who will come across someone who's going to build their organization with them, and that's awesome. But more than likely, it's hard to try this for a month or two. You make a commitment and you do it. Get on the products, you'll be a believer. The other thing that I want to, because this training is going to be on how to build your business. We've talked about sharing opportunities. That's one way. The other way is one thing that I've started doing, and this was several months ago. With my job, I travel a lot. And so in my travels, a few months ago, we were working in Texas, and there's people that are at the job site that I see at many of the job sites. Well, there's a good buddy of mine. His name's John. I had opened up to him earlier about coming on board with this. He sent me a text back, I don't need any hemp oil. I said, okay. I just let it go, so that's okay. Well, there we are at the job site, and there's John. So we get to talking about it, and he's asking me how it's going. I'm telling him how it's going and how it's growing. Now he's getting interested. So the next thing we do is we get him on the product. He's noticing he can really sleep now through the night. He loves it. We're working with a lot of people who are at that job site. Next thing I do, I start talking to everybody around him. Well, he sees what's happening. I'm starting to recruit people left and right. But guess what? I'm not signing them up under me. I'm signing them up under John. Talk about a person who's getting motivated. We must have signed up 15 people that week, and every one of them we put under John. Of course, I introduced him to it. I could have taken him. What good would that do? I want to help grow depth in my downlines, in my organization. I want my team to grow. I want it to grow and expand. Well, now you have a person like John who now has a bunch of people under him. You have a focal point. John's here, and we put everybody under him. Talk about creating depth and excitement. Okay, so now he's on the product. His wife's on the product. People below him are growing. He's got, I don't know, last I heard it was like 1,200 people or something in this organization now. So it just goes from there. So I want you to know that this business, CTFO, it's not about me. Of course, I'm reaping the financial rewards. Every Wednesday is exciting for me. We have payday. Well, I'm making a lot of money with it. I love it. But it's not about me. It's about helping those below us, helping others in my organization, helping them become excited, become users of the products, helping them create incomes as well. I had somebody that sent me a text 2 weeks ago. They just got started the week before. They got a check that week for $13. All excited. I remember those days. I got started that first week. I told you my story. The next week, on that Wednesday, I got a check. My first check was $37. I was so excited. Wait, this is really happening. Take it and run with it. This is here for us. This is here for all of us. And we can all do this. They have, tell you, Stuart Finger has designed this so that any one of us can succeed at this. If it's slow going, it's slow going. In 3 years, it'll be big. If it's fast going, it's fast going. That's awesome. In any case, you just keep going. I just want to stress that it's not about me. And if you help others under your organization, under your team, I don't care if you only have 4 people on and you have, let's say you recruited a cousin and they're just not getting motivated. You visit with that cousin and say, hey, look, remember why we joined this? Remember what's available to us? It's out there for us. Let's find someone and start building your team. Now you're working with that person. That helps a lot of people. Some people, it's really hard for them to go out there and share this with others. For some people like me, it's not. It's easy. Step out of your comfort zone a little bit if you have to and help this person. Go after somebody that you both know. See if you can bring them on board and put them underneath that cousin of yours. Go after someone else and put them underneath that cousin of yours. Help them in building that way because it's all going to come back to you plus some. It's
Roland,
worth it. Yes.
I have a question, my friend, and
Sure.
you hitting on some great nuggets this morning. I wanted you talked about the story, and what would you say to the new people that are listening to us today that just started, say, 2 days ago, maybe a week ago. And I hear it all the time. Well, okay, Todd, you've got a great story. Roland's got a great story, but I don't have a story. Could you tell people how they can piggyback off someone else's story as they are building their story? You understand?
Yes, exactly. Now, as you're going to build your story, number one, if you can, like I did, reach out to others. Now, don't try and sell them over the phone. You remember what I told my people when I reached out to them. I didn't tell them anything about it. I didn't tell them what it was. I didn't tell them it was multi-level marketing or network marketing or any of that. I said, I came across something I think we can make a lot of money at. Now, for some people, they're interested in the product first. That's great. I have people on board that come on board that say, well, I need to try the product and see if it's worth it, if I like it. I need to be a believer in the product first. That's fine too. Here's the thing. You're welcome to share my story. You're welcome to share any of the stories of the people in your upline who are ahead in this organization, who are growing their team, who are growing their organizations. Or you can also do three-way calls. I'm always available for people in my organization to call me. Okay. I know Klaus and Joe put out their phone numbers in the emails that they're available for three-way calls. Okay. I'm open to just calling people outright. If you had somebody and you're on my team and you have a cousin and you don't know how to bring it up with them, and you just say, hey, I'm going to have somebody call you and tell you about this opportunity, I'm there for that. There's always going to be somebody in your upline who is available for that to help you with that, okay? Now, the reason it's good to do a three-way call is, number one, you're listening in as well, so you can hear what's being said by myself or Joe or Todd or any of these people in the organization. You learn what to say the next time, okay? So, and it doesn't matter how many three-way calls you need to do. It doesn't matter. Now, I don't think you need a three-way call to get somebody to sign up. This is free to sign up. You're handing them a free franchise. So once they get signed up, now how do you grow this? If your answer to them is, I'm not sure what to do next, let's reach out to somebody who does. And we're all there for you because we know your success is our success. That sounds a bit cliche, but in its most literal sense, it's true. So do that. Now, there are a lot of people that started when I did, that I brought into the industry or brought into the organization or brought into CTFO, that started out doing really well and we're talking to everybody and visiting with everybody, and now they've dropped off the mat. The only difference between me and them is that I never quit. Every day, every day, every day. Of course, there's days I don't talk to anybody, but that's because no opportunities or presented themselves that day. But that doesn't mean my mind isn't there. If there's nothing to do or nobody to talk to, I'm still excited about what's going on. I'm excited and thankful for all the people joining my team that day. So we can all create our own story. And like I said earlier, if you don't know how to start your story or you're trying to talk to people and you can't bring anybody on, I'm telling you, you get on the products, you're going to have your own story. You're going to come across people. Okay, just a few days ago, my wife is selling a few things. We just moved, and so we have some extra stuff. So she's posting some stuff to sale, and this lady comes on and over to buy something. Well, I noticed it's 30 minutes go by, and she's still out on the front porch. I go out there. Well, I actually didn't go out there. I just kind of walked up, and I could kind of overhear. She's telling her all about the CBD oil. They had an awesome conversation. This lady's all excited about it. She left with the information for CBD oil and CTFO. Now, she might be my wife's next VP. She might not do anything with it. She might just become a customer and her husband take the product. We don't know. It doesn't matter. What happens from there doesn't matter. What matters is it was presented. It was brought up. It was discussed. So that's what we do. This is how we build our business. We share it every day. We live it.
I got something I want you to touch on as we close out the call, but it's one important thing I want you to touch on. I know you're the master of not wasting time, and you just now said something about how you don't talk to someone every day because the opportunity didn't present itself. But I want you to tell the listeners and the viewers today how they can still be productive in their business, meaning if you don't have someone to tell about specifically about the CTFO opportunity, we as associates can get better. We can educate ourselves more on CBD. We can educate ourselves more on the industry, what the trends are, things that are happening, because every day we need to grow so we can be an advocate for this industry. So could you tell some people about what they can do to be productive daily if it's not recruiting someone?
Yes, exactly. Now, I already said I'm involved in it every day because it's a part of me. Now that I also said that doesn't mean I'm actually talking to someone every day, because some days there's nobody reaches out to me. There's nobody to talk to. Nobody comes into the shop. I'm not in a position or a place, and I'm not going to reach out to try and grab somebody to teach them about this. However, I watched that pay plan video 100 times. There's days where I just put it on and watch the pay plan video again. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me going. There's days when I'm researching, again, benefits of CBD hemp oil. I'm still learning more. I don't know it all, and I know that. So I'm doing that. I'm looking at my back office. Okay, I'm looking at my downline. I'm looking at my organization. I'm looking to see if there's anyone else that's starting to grow their organization that I can reach out to. So if we continue to personal development every day and our focus is on CTFO, you're going to attract more business. You're going to attract a larger team. People will be joining your team. People will want to know, what are you doing? What are you doing? You seem like so happy. What's going on with your life? I'm telling you, this is exciting. This is very exciting. Some of the other things that I will do, and I'll share this real quick. This is also in building your team, networking kind of a thing. I will buy the 3 packs of the oils, 1,500 milligram and a 750. I'm out there working in Texas. I have a couple extra 1,500. Actually, I had a few extra with me. And one of my buddies there, I said, you should try this. He said, well, I don't know about that. I gave him a bottle of 1,500. I said, if you like it, great. You can buy it from me for $130. Now, mind you, that's the retail price. If you buy it in the 3-pack, it's $80 a bottle. That's a $50 profit margin. So I gave him the bottle. He takes it. A week later, I said, how you liking that oil? He says, I love it. I'm going to take this the rest of my life. I said, now all you have to do when that bottle's out, you go on, sign up, order your auto ship. You're going to save 30% a month. Guess what? Got a customer for life. Now he's thinking about building his organization as well. Okay? So there are ways to continually build like that, achieve, and it doesn't matter to me if people are customers or if they want the opportunity. Either way, it's for them. It's for all of us. So I want you to know that the way to building a strong team is that our focus is on helping others. That's what we do. We help people. It's not just about me. It's about helping others.